Well, my friend, I usually don't do this. I felt really inspired and I wanted to get this out to you. I'm obviously in the office building where I have my office, and I wanted to ask you a question. What does it mean to live in your potential? How do we know what our potential is? And I think that that's a great question that starts unlocking incredible possibilities. Oh wow, that's bright. So, hang on a second. This is raw, so just bear with me. Alright, cool. So now I have my exposure on lock. Alright, so what does it mean to live in your fullest potential? And I think that that's a great question, because when we live that way, then we start having something that makes us want to strive beyond what we think is our norm. When I'm working with my clients, I come up with this concept of DAS, which stands for Dynamic Auto Servo System. And what this does is it strengthens our comfort zone, okay? It has some flaws in it. And the more we understand this, the more we can push to that edge of what is comfortable for us. Because I think the greatest discoveries for ourselves, at least my experience, has been pushing beyond where we're comfortable. And a lot of people think that as a coach, I have my life together, and that is so far from the truth. It's not that I have a good life, I have a really good life. And I don't stop growing. And in order to keep growing, you have to keep pushing that edge. You have to keep discovering what is that next thing. And, you know, I just had something going on internally with me. Been just really challenged. And see, for me, challenged is a great thing, because I know that in the process, I've done this enough times that I know I trust the process. That every breakthrough I've ever had, and I've had many of them throughout my life, every breakthrough is preceded by challenge, frustration, doubt, confusion, a lot of things. And just really, I mean, I'm at the point now where I just feel that there's this, I can actually feel this wall inside of me. And the harder I push in it, I know that at some point it's going to break. It's going to break, and I'm going to understand a whole new level of understanding. So I've been going through some of this the last couple, it's been a while, it's been a month or so. And although, I mean, I'm still able to function, still able to do what I do, there, inside of me, there's been some things at the level that I want to get to, and there's been some resistance inside of me. I mean, I went to the point of hiring me a coach to deal with this particular thing that I'm going through. And I mean, I've coached by many people, but I really resonated with this guy, and so I reached out to him, and now he's coaching me. And when we're going through that process, when I'm going through that process, there's all kinds of stuff that starts coming up. And if we trust going through the process, that we know that wherever we're at, we're going to get somewhere, okay? And it's really important that if we focus on where we want to go, and there were some things that I want to accomplish and some things I want to do, and because I set my sights on that, it started bringing up some stuff within inside of me. So I've done that enough times. So let's think about, it's like when I thought I dealt with a lot of different things, and then I have somebody come into my life, friend, foe, whatever, and all of a sudden this stuff starts coming up again. Well, there's a reason that happens, and that's beyond the scope of this video. But I want you to really ask yourself, what if I stepped into my fullest potential? What does that mean? In fact, I'm in the process of creating a product around this whole concept, because it's a question that I asked myself over 2.5 decades ago. I wanted a better quality of life, and I was like, well, what does that mean? And people think, me included in different areas, we tend to want to think at a very surface level. And we don't even know what's important to us in life. And there's a reason for that, but again, that's beyond the scope of this video. But if we start asking ourselves some questions that start unlocking new possibilities. So one of the things I do with my clients is I find out what their drivers are, okay? Our drivers are what we really value, okay? And had some great conversations this week, and because of those great conversations, it's been a part of what it is, of why I mean, I don't usually do this. I don't just sit in my office, grab my camera, and go out and have a walk and chat with you guys. I don't do that usually. But I felt really, really inspired to bring. It's a car taking off. Sounds pretty cool. Being able to deliver a message that unlocks new possibilities for you, because all our comfort zone is an illusion. That is all it is. What if we started asking ourselves the questions of, what do I want the meaning of my life to be? And so I was thinking about this started about probably about a month ago. I was at a funeral, and when I'm at funerals, I'm a pretty deep thinker, and I like seeing when people get up and they're talking about the people that are the funeral's for, and I ask myself, I really wonder if that person in that casket knew how all these people felt. And is that person in that casket, did they do the things that they aspired to do in life, or did they hold back a little bit? Maybe a lot. But I was talking to a relative, and it was right when David Bowie died. And she said that it impacted her when he died, and I got thinking about that. I was like, wow. And there was a time in my life when I was just like, man, you didn't even know the guy. That's what I would have thought before, but today I don't think that. I was like, what inside of this person felt loss when he passed? And it was his music, right? His music, her listening to his music became a part of her, so that when he died, that attachment of that song that David Bowie sang was impacted. I was like, wow, that's profound, because think about that. If people don't remember what you say, people remember how you made them feel, right? I'm out here walking in the middle of the street. People remember how you made them feel. So emotions are such a powerful thing in our lives. And if we learn how to utilize them in a way that guide us, then incredible possibilities happen. When we stop looking at negative emotions or emotions as good or bad, and we start looking at them, it's like the dashboard of your car, right? And back in the day, they're probably still the same. It's been a while since I've seen one, but back in the day, they used to have these little red lights that were called idiot lights. And that is, they would come on when something needed attention. It was just like, hey, idiot, pay attention to this, right? Well, what if we looked at our emotions like that? And when we do that, we can start seeing when we're getting to the edge of that comfort zone. Because when we start feeling those feelings, rather than stopping and backing away from them, what if we pushed in? What if we really just pushed in and went, I want to see what's on the other side of this. I want to see what's on the other side of this. And really push in and discover magnificent things that happen. So what's happened to me today, and why I wanted to shoot this video to you, is I had another breakthrough. And like I said, last couple weeks have been pretty challenging for me. I've been searching and digging and doing a lot of introspective work, journaling, being coached, coaching, lots of stuff. And boom, it popped. If we look at it like a balloon, that balloon stretches and stretches and stretches, and it hits a threshold. And the tighter that balloon gets, it's like you prick that balloon and it just pops, and sometimes it just pops and you don't even know where it went. That's the threshold. That's a neurological threshold if we look at it that way. So press in to the things that are uncomfortable. Search, dig, find out what it is inside of you that's uncomfortable, because sometimes that uncomfortableness is something inside of us that wants to be released. And once it's released, it doesn't come back. It's one of those things where I love asking people this question. When is a problem no longer a problem? It's when the solution's been discovered. Once the neurology that is created so that we understand what the solution is, think that is no longer a problem. So trust the process, my friend. Ask yourself, what is my potential? What is it that I want to make out of my life? And most people don't even know the answer to that question. People don't ask themselves the questions that unlock great things within themselves. It's this very surface level. It's very surface level. So I hope this inspired you. Like I said, I usually don't do this, just grab my camera and walk out of the office and go down the street and make a video for you. But today I just really felt inspired, and I hope it impacted you. I hope it served you. Please comment below if this touched you. Let me know how I can serve you. Please share this video with others, because there's people out there that know they have something inside of them. They have something inside of them that's just wanting to be brought to life. And listen to that voice, listen to that feeling, because we all can do so much more. We can do so much more with our lives if we start asking more of life. We start asking more of ourselves. So hope this served you. Comment below, like, and share this video. I appreciate you. I love you. Have a fantastic day. And remember, always live like your life depends on it, because it does, and you absolutely deserve the best life. Take care.